You know what would be worse for crypto than the FTX collapse? If it happened to Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange.
Exchange the world.
The collapse of Binance is one of the crypto community's greatest fears, prompting regulators to take a closer look at its founder and leader, Changpeng Zhao, also known as CZ. And it's impossible to tell the story of Binance without telling the story of CZ. In many ways, they're one and the same. And while CZ is probably not SBF Part 2, it still doesn't feel right placing this much power in one man. This week on Coinage, how CZ became the king of crypto and why heavy is the head that wears the crown. CZ started Binance, short for binary finance, in 2017 out of Shanghai following a stint in the tech and finance sectors. That year, Binance raised $15 million through its ICO, launching at the perfect time to catch the crypto boom. And as interest exploded in crypto, Binance took off like a rocket. It offered pro-level trading tools and a speedy interface that soon outclassed older exchanges.
It's about having the courage to do what's right.
But there was one key reason Binance grew so quickly. It didn't deal in fiat currency at all. No traditional dollars meant no need to interface with the banking system or any governments and their pesky rules. Binance was operating in the cloud, out of reach of any regulators. Well, almost any regulators. Binance started in Shanghai, but soon moved out of China in advance of its own crypto crackdown. Binance became the world's biggest crypto exchange just 6 months after launch, a title it's held on to since then. For context, Elon bought Twitter 6 months ago, and look at how that's going.
Chaos unfolding inside Twitter.
That was only 6 months ago?
Yeah, man.
Dear God. Binance now has thousands of employees spread across the globe, and CZ likes to brag that Binance's headquarters are wherever he is at any given time.
So you have to have an office. Wherever I sit, it's going to be the Binance office. Wherever I meet somebody, it's going to be the Binance office.
But as Binance grew, so too did CZ's clout, along with his ego. CZ is known for his disdain of regulators and has spent the last 6 years deftly dodging them all around the globe. And I do mean all around the globe. Binance's corporate organizational chart reportedly has more than 120 entities in jurisdictions worldwide. In 2019, CZ opened Binance to traditional payment rails, but by then, the exchange was too big to slow down. Binance.com, its main global platform, is banned in the US, but Americans can use Binance.us, a limited platform that's legally separate, but still controlled by CZ. That sounds pretty similar to FTX, right? Well, let's plop it in a chart. Binance checks all the boxes when it comes to a crypto exchange. It lists hundreds of coins, trades billions of dollars in volume every day, and lets users play with fire in the form of high leverage. Deposit $1,000 to Binance, and you can trade Bitcoin like it's 125 grand. Wait, for real?
Yeah, I double checked.
So that means if the price moves your way, you can win big. But if the price moves just a little bit in the wrong direction, well, your deposit goes up in smoke. And they even have a YouTube channel dedicated to teaching its customers about using leverage on Binance.
And it allows traders to access greater sums of capital to leverage their positions. Futures contracts offer higher leverage up to 125 times.
Binance also has its own blockchain called BNB. Using its own coin on the platform means you pay less in fees. Spend enough, and even you can qualify as a VIP customer. And as the exchange has grown, so too has the token, which is now the third largest crypto in the world, with a market cap around $50 billion. But BNB has been criticized for being too centralized. For example, the number one crypto, Bitcoin, has about 17,000 computers known as nodes running its network. If you want to shut down Bitcoin, you'd have to shut down those 17,000 computers. Ethereum, number 2, has over 10,000 nodes. BNB has 29? Look, there's real stuff happening on BNB though, like Web3 social media service CyberConnect, which we use and we like. It's real. But despite their ongoing effort to decentralize BNB, it's still inextricably linked to Binance. You can see it in the price. Whenever there's negative news about a regulatory crackdown on Binance, BNB falls in response. Binance has centralized control over BNB as well, and one man has centralized control over Binance. CZ. So let's get back to that chart, shall we? Remember that thing I just said about regulatory crackdowns? Well, some of our best insight into how Binance is run comes to us courtesy of the US government agency, the CFTC, or the Centralized Finance Tracking Committee, the Crypto Fuckery Termination Cooperative. Cool, they just fired Tucker Carlson. Commodities Futures Trading Commission. There we go. Anyway, in March of this year, the CFTC charged CZ and Binance with multiple violations of US regulations. And they even charged Binance's former chief compliance officer, Samuel Lim, with aiding and abetting. And it's a big complaint. In fact, I've got it right here. And beyond all the legalese, there are two main takeaways. First, there's no corner of the Binance kingdom that CZ is not presiding over. And second, CZ will do anything to keep Binance's users on the platform, including skirting regulations in ways the suits do not appreciate. The first point can be summed up in a single anecdote from the complaint. Zhao personally approved an approximately $60 expense related to office furniture in January 2021, a month in which Binance earned over $700 million in revenue. Literally case in point. But it's the second takeaway that's critical. The complaint details the many ways Binance helped its users evade proper regulations. For one, Binance didn't try very hard to block its millions of US customers from accessing the forbidden global platform. When you try to access Binance.com from an IP address located in the US, the site serves you a pop-up telling you to go to Binance.us instead. But if you already have an account, you can simply close that pop-up and continue on. Binance also published instructions on its website about using VPNs, which let you disguise your IP address and make it seem like you're not in the US. Binance didn't come out and tell people to use VPNs, but they did just about everything else. Lim, their compliance officer, once told a subordinate, quote, "They can use VPN, but we are not supposed to tell them that. It cannot come from us, but we can always inform our friends/third parties to post, not under the umbrella of Binance. Haha." Binance even went one step further, setting up a concierge service to entice top traders from Binance.us to the global platform, no matter the rules. Since Binance generates most of its revenue from trading fees, letting top users trade more was essential to CZ's bottom line. Or as Lim put it, there is one condition for getting preferential treatment. They need to really be doing sick-ass volumes. We always have a way for whales. Binance allegedly helped some whales set up shell companies in other jurisdictions to evade US authorities, let other whales open sub-accounts so they could piggyback on the main account's verified identity, and even obscured its own data on US customers, changing their country to unknown in internal documents. In February 2022, Binance told the CFTC that it only verified around 30 to 40% of its customers through the KYC process. Put another way, they don't even know the majority of the users on their platform, and there are definitely some bad apples in that group. In 2020, crypto analytics firm Chainalysis reported that Binance received $770 million in illicit Bitcoin the year prior. Reuters published an investigation detailing how Binance became the favorite exchange of North Korean hackers, dark web marketplaces, and online fraudsters. Sam Lim allegedly helped one user close what he called a tainted account that had extensive ties to the darknet marketplace Hydra and open a new account so he could keep using Binance. According to the CFTC, Lim himself acknowledged that in a conversation about Binance's unsavory customers, saying, quote, like, come on, they're here for crime. And it's wild enough that Lim said that, but it's remarkable that the CFTC was able to get text records at all. According to their complaint, much of Binance's sensitive corporate communications happens over Signal, the encrypted messaging app with the auto-delete functionality enabled. And Binance runs this way for one reason. CZ wants it to. Remember, he's the guy approving $60 expenses. There's not a corner of the Binance kingdom CZ doesn't know about. As the CFTC puts it, Zhao answers to no one but himself. Binance does not have a board of directors. And last update, I promise. So, is Binance a house of cards just like FTX, which was once Binance's biggest rival, and which CZ personally blew over? Well, probably not. Binance claims to back all user assets one-to-one, and the exchange has implemented a proof of reserve system designed to allow anyone to verify that they actually hold the funds. The company also claims it's working on a full audit, but that it'll take time for accountants to learn the ropes of crypto. So look, I want to tell you Binance is 100% safe, but I can't. Based on all the reporting we've done, I think CZ holds too much centralized power. There are benefits to having as much control as CZ does. That's the reason Binance was able to evade regulators, as it built itself into a global giant, trading more in daily volume than its next few competitors combined. But crypto is about decentralizing power away from the hands of a few, even if they appear to be well-intentioned. CZ may not be another SBF, as far as we know, anyway, but the promise of crypto was supposed to be that I didn't have to read a goddamn textbook just to feel safe. There's a world where Binance ruthlessly dominates the rest of its competition. Maybe US regulators shut down Coinbase, taking out yet another of CZ's rivals for him. Maybe Binance starts acquiring smaller exchanges and folding them in. Even if CZ is the best crypto businessman in the world, that's not a world I'd feel any safer in. I'm Zach Guzman. This was Coinage. Remember to like and subscribe, and stay safe out there.